Welcome, everyone, to Phillips Arena. We're in Atlanta. Georgia, the home of the Hawks. Where we'll be broadcasting live today. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. You look at the Bulls. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Jared Dudley out there with Horford. Then there's Martin. Then it's Wall. And it's Lopez in the pivot, manning the middle. Pass to Martin. From deep. Rebound, Atlanta.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
And it's Rondo in the corner. Shot from 16. Good work defensively by Martin. And Wall kicks to Martin. And Wall. Here we go now. That's good. Wall's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Bulls.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And Millsap slams it in.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Martin against Rondo. Outside Millsap. Shot clock at 6. Looking for George. He gets it there. And he gets it to go. George has got his first 2 points of the night.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And for Brook Lopez, disappointing start to last season. The season before, he had played only 17 games, so he wanted to make an impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games altogether with the foot injury and comes back to play pretty well, then hurts his back. Out for 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. And Kevin Martin, the bucket on the assist by Dudley.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
Now here's Rondo. Outside, George. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And here's Cephalosha for 3. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And for Lopez, last year was the first time since he was a rookie that he didn't start every game. I mean, that is a huge shot to your confidence. I don't care who you are or what your circumstances, but you know what? At the end, he rose above it.
Horford's shot is good. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Duncan with his screen on Wall. Right side, Millsap. Duncan left side. Lopez with the steal. And now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Martin's got 5 points so far.
You know, know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
Rondo kicks to Millsap. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
You know, on the topic of Lopez last season, ugly beginning, but things got beautiful over the last 2 months. 55% shooting, nearly 20 and 10 a game, some of the best numbers of his career.
Horford. That's short off the rim.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
And George, here we go. 6 on the shot clock. With the shot in Atlanta again with the bucket.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Wall up top. He's covered by Rondo. And the slam dunk by Wall.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Now, here's Wall. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Lopez, no luck.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
For George to be eager to go back and represent the U.S. in international play is a brave move.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, a lot of it might be that he just wants to put that in the past and move on. And sometimes you do that best by confronting things head on. The only way to have that be the past is to keep playing for his country.
Jang, he's checked in for Atlanta. Hood comes in for Cephalosha.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Martin. And that's now 6 points for Brook Lopez. Rondo dishes to Millsap. To the inside. Jang, the pass to Millsap. On the wing, George. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. George has got 6 points. Now Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. No one near Wall as he lets it go. That 3 off the mark.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
Rondo kicks to George. Here's Hood. Can't get it to go. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Martin wide open. He fires. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one. Jang with a screen on Wall. Pass to Millsap. Takes it from 10. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Millsap's got 8 points.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here's Hood. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
In the corner, it's Martin. Dudley with it. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Horford, no luck. Here's Hood, covered by Martin. Hood dishes to George. Millsap has the open look. Another miss by Millsap.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
And George with the stuff.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here is Martin. 8 points for him. Kicks it to Dudley. Here's Horford. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Chicago making a switch here. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Lopez. Miller comes in for Jared Dudley. Hardaway's checked in for Kevin Martin. Devin Harris subbed in for John Wall. Here's George. Leonard with the steal. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Back to Harris. Leonard sets a screen for Harris. Nobody near Leonard. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Leonard's got his first basket.
Boy, that was a pretty assist by Harris.
I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. Now, here's Chalmers. He kicks it to Bellinelli. Goes back up. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Bulls out front. They lead by 8. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Chicago?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Atlanta, we've got Hood. Duncan is out there with Gorgie Dang. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Chalmers in at the point guard position. Harris kicks to Miller. Leonard on the wing. Shoots it up. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Myers Leonard at 7'1", an interesting combination of size, athleticism, and shooting touch. Really likes to play on the perimeter.
And Leonard likes to run, jump, and shoot more than bang inside, I think, Clark.
Well, Kevin, you like that he has that ability to go outside, but with his size, it'll be most valuable, I think, if he also embraces throwing his weight around in the paint area.
Agreed. And Chalmers kicks to Hood. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. Chicago leading by 7. Right side Hardaway. It's stolen. Here's Hood. He's covered by Leonard. Bellinelli passes to Dang. Over to the wing. Bellinelli dishes to Duncan. 5 on the clock. And stolen by Miller. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Now, here's Chalmers. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And Zhang kicks to Bellinelli. No good with the triple. Chicago leading. Left side Hardaway. Miller with a wide open look. The Bulls keep it alive. Capella, the pass to Harris. In the corner, Hardaway with it. The lead pushed to double digits. And the Bulls lead by 11. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Zhang, a screen. There's the dish to Bellinelli. Duncan against Leonard to end the drought. And the rejection by Leonard. The Bulls leading by 11. Harris outside. Outside Hardaway. Back to Harris. And stolen by Zhang. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his first personal foul.
And guys, as many rookies do, Rodney Hood hit some major bumps in the road last season. I mean, he came in with the reputation of having an NBA-ready jumper. He had only hit 41% of his shots. He had that foot injury that kept him out for a string of games. However, it really all came together for him in April, the last month of the season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Cephalosha comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Now here's Wall. He has 6. And the rebound goes to Duncan. And getting back to Hood over the last 7 outings of the season, he put up 20-plus points a game. He also, Clark, raised his shooting percentage to 45% from the field, 91% from the free throw line. Pretty impressive numbers.
Well, he was drafted to be a scorer, Kevin, and you're right, very impressive. If he can do that consistently, that'll be nice value for the 23rd pick.
The Hawks again can't hit.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here's Wall. Rebound by Dang.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those 2 things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And guys, Tim Duncan still dominant after 18 years. You know, he's reshaped his body. He has gotten a brand new diet, which he says has had a huge benefit. We saw it in the playoffs last year, Greg. I think, you know, he probably was one of the top 5 overall performers in last year's playoffs.
No doubt about it. We continue to write this guy off, Kevin, and he just continues to defy Father Time. I mean, there was a point where he was starting to feel the wear and tear, especially in his knees, but being the competitor he is, he decided to dictate to his body rather than letting his body dictate to him.
Chicago calls timeout.
You know, getting back to Duncan, when you talk to his teammates, they'll tell you he's disciplined. He maintains a strict diet, does off-the-floor training, from boxing to swimming, throwing tires, running in the sand. That keeps him motivated and engaged.
The Bulls leading by 7. Outside, Wall. He feeds it to Dudley. From deep, Paul Millsap with the rebound. Millsap's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And talking about Duncan's new look, Coach Popovich had an interesting quote. Pop said, I look at him and tell him, you look like Sprewell used to look. Just skin and bones, ligaments and tendons. I mean, but you know what? You can't argue with success, and not many people have had more than Tim Duncan.
Martin with the bucket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams. Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
The 3 from Cephalosha. The Bulls leading by 8. Martin with a screen on Rondo. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Rodney Hood's checked in for Atlanta. It's stolen by Rondo. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
You know, that's hard to explain, that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
That'll be a 5-second call.
They're losing their concentration here, guys. Some sloppy play going on right now.
Yeah, 2 turnovers in a row, and that's always a recipe for disaster.
Millsap sets the pick for Rondo. To the paint. Here's Duncan. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Duncan's got 6. Here is Wall. He's got 6. Horford attacking. No good. Excellent D there from George.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Over in the corner, Dudley. Rebound, Atlanta.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And here's Rondo. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Wall with the steal. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap. Millsap's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Now here's Rondo. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
And John Wall, guys, is still one of the most explosive players in the league. His speed makes professional athletes look like they are stuck in mud.
You're talking about Wall's burst. He can go end to end in seconds. Clark, you're amazed. You say he's a blur.
Yeah, rack to rack in a nanosecond is what Wall can do. I mean, his speed is something special.
Lots of room. Wall with another miss.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter. Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
The feed to Horford. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And even though they're down, I like the way they're getting the ball inside. I mean, they're playing smash-mouth basketball right now. And you've got to think it's going to create some foul opportunities for them.
And Al Horford is just a winner, guys. I mean, won 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership and the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
The Bulls leading by 4. Picked by Horford. Three-pointer, Martin. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And that Florida team with Horford, Noah, and Corey Brewer, such a tight-knit group. All those guys still competing and defending at a very high level now in the NBA.
Each of those guys very team first in their approach. That's what they're about, winning. And because they've experienced championship winning, they stay locked in to that task.
To the left wing. Shot clock at 5. Goes up to the stripe. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Hawks trail by 5. Rondo kicks to Hood. This one for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Horford's got his 4th rebound in this one. Launches a 3. Poke loose. Leonard. Power down with both hands.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking them.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
Outside, George. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. George has got 7 now in this quarter.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
And so that's the end of the first half. Bulls lead by.
And now,
The second half just about to get going here. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment.
George having a fantastic game. He has 15 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Horford is out there with Jared Dudley. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then it's Wall. And it's Martin in the 2-guard spot. Goes up. And Wall with the slam.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
And here's Dudley for 3. Good. That's now 8 points. for Brook Lopez.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And that one's good. Millsap. Chicago leading by 9. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Now Wall. 10 points for him. Down low. In the corner, Horford with it. Again, Chicago.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
George with the ball. And it's Horford picking him up. Now here's Wall. Defense right on him. Lopez dishes to Dudley. Back to Lopez. Rebound, Atlanta. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And the Bulls making a change here. Harris is checked in. All with it. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. And it's Harris off the drive. And guys, over the last 2 seasons, Devin Harris has been a backup point guard, but one could argue that he's outperformed the guys that are directly ahead of him.
That's exactly right, Kevin. I mean, Harris came back to the team that he started his career with to be a support player, but injuries, trades, and generally poor fits elevated Harris's importance to the team.
And the Hawks making a change here. Zhang's checked in. Chicago also making some changes. Capella's checked in. And Miller's subbed in for John Wall. Rondo kicks to Millsap. Shot from 12. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Millsap's got 4 this quarter.
You know, getting back to Devin Harris, he can really help you. But you want to do one thing, limit his minutes. 11 full seasons under his belt. Slender in build. It's best to play him around half the game if you can.
Lopez, a screen on Rondo. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got his first bucket in this one. Atlanta calls timeout.
You know, talking about the veteran Harris, his quickness was still apparent last season, and his skill set was a good fit for Coach Carlisle's flow offense. I mean, this guy's been around a long time, and there are very few that are quicker than him with the ball.
Nogueira, he's checked in for Atlanta. Chalmers comes in for Rajon Rondo. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. There's the pick. Chalmers passes to Nogueira. And Chalmers kicks to Cephalosha. Clock at 6. And it's sent back by Lopez. Now here is Harris. Feeds it to Capella. Rebound by Dang. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Chalmers with the ball. The 3 from Cephalosha. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist.
And there's typically going to be some space when you're out in transition and you do just kind of venture out to that three-point line.
Now here's Lopez. Lets it go from 14. Good. Lopez has got 10 points.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
The three from George. Rebounded by Devin Harris.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Some changes for Chicago. Leonard comes in for Brook Lopez. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Jared Dudley. The Hawks trail by 9. Dishes it to Sefolosha. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
The Hawks making a switch here. Hood's checked in. Sefolosha hits both of them. Harris against Chalmers. Passes it to Hardaway. Leonard, that's for 2. And that one goes long. For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Chalmers with it. Leonard picks him up. Here's Hood. Here's Dang. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
The Hawks trail by 7. Here's Chalmers. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. So it'll be Lucas Nogueira shooting. They get Devin Harris. Al Horford's checked in for Capella. The Hawks have made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Now Chalmers following Myers-Leonard's 3-point attempt. Out to the right wing. The Hawks again can't hit. The Bulls leading by 5. A clear look for Hardaway. Rebounded by the Hawks. Jang's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here we go. And that one's good.
Superb assist there. Played the role of the maestro on that
one. Chicago calls timeout. You look at Gorgui Dieng and his development in the league out of Louisville. What a big jump for him last season.
And that's a great point. That first year, you could tell the game's a little too fast, and he was a bit overwhelmed, but started to get more and more minutes throughout the season and really blossomed with the extra opportunity.
For the Hawks, Millsap comes in for Dieng, and it's Bellinelli in for Thabo Sefolosha. Miller outside. Hardaway kicks to Leonard. Fires for 3. No good. So Atlanta will take it the other way.
And Dieng last season doubled his points per game, got enough rebounds where he could be a double-double player every night in the near future.
Atlanta making some changes. Paul George, he's checked in for Rodney Hood. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Bellinelli. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Martin's checked in. Now, here's Chalmers. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Hood's checked in for Thabo Sefolosha. And Chicago also making a switch. John Wall's checked in for Devin Harris. Wall against Chalmers. The 11-footer. And there's Millsap. That's good on the assist by George. 14 points for Paul Millsap.
And Yang isn't a young player by any means, but he has learned how to fill a niche on a team quickly. Just offers good numbers and intangibles in a lot of places on the stat sheet.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Now, here's Chalmers. Shot clock at 5. Millsap kicks to George. Chicago grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points. Martin with it. George picks him up. Horford against Millsap. The 17-footer. But they'll get another chance. And there's the pass to Horford. Outside, Wall. That 3 off the mark. The Hawks trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Bulls have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Here's the screen. Picked by Horford. Hardaway kicks to Martin. Clock at 4. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And guys, Myers Leonard really showing signs of progress in last season. Huge steps forward for the big man.
And you know, progress is all about confidence with young players. I mean, his shooting percentages were remarkable when you look at the fact that 50, 40, 90, 50%, 40%, 90% for a 7-footer, unheard of, and he's in that neighborhood.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Nogueira. Now, here's Millsap. He's got 14. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Left side, Hardaway. And it's blocked. And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Bulls leading by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. The Bulls leading by 5. Rajon Rondo is up there with Sefolosha. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then it's Paul George. And it's Duncan in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Dudley, no luck.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
And here's Wall after Paul George getting his 3 to go. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Wall against Rondo. Wall dishes to Lopez. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got his 6th assist on the night. The Hawks trail by 4. Rondo kicks to Duncan. The jump hook. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And here's Wall. Dudley with a screen on Rondo. Martin for 3. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
Greg, I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they've closed out on him, he's still been knocking them down.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Here's Wall. It's Chicago with another bucket. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Duncan with the screen for Rondo. Duncan outside. Out to the right wing. Horford against Millsap. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good work defensively by Horford. The Bulls leading by 5. To the wing on the left. Here's Dudley. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Rondo against Wall. Millsap a screen on Wall. Pass to Millsap. Outside for George. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Wall passes to Dudley. Wall with it. He's picked up by Rondo. And Wall kicks to Martin. No good on the 3. The Hawks trail by 7. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Inside. Millsap. Good work defensively by Horford. Lopez kicks to Wall. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. No good from 11 feet. And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against Philadelphia. That's good.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Rajon Rondo, guys, really needs to operate in a system that's point guard centric. He needs the ball to be effective. Pushing it, driving, dishing. When he has to play off the ball, that's when trouble starts.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And for Rondo, he's almost a throwback at the point, fearlessly taking it to the hole, getting knocked down, and getting right back up to fight another round. The thing maybe against him right now is what kind of guy, influence, what is he like on a team, and how does he affect it?
That's a great point. And also nowadays in the NBA, there's more of a premium on shooting and spacing. So it's going to be up to Rondo to adjust to that new style. That's going to be the question. Can he make that transition?
Well said. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
Wall's shot is off.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
The 3 from George. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Lopez has got 7 rebounds in the game. All with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Rondo against Wall. He dishes it to Lopez from 11 feet away. And the shot falls short this time. Watching Brook Lopez, he all the time contributes in every category. It's amazing the number of Clark ways he affects the game.
Deadly with the shot. Tremendous touch. Back to the basket moves, facing up, makes free throws. Good offensive rebounder, capable passer. He just makes things happen.
Duncan, he's checked in for Atlanta. And the Bulls making a change also. Dudley's checked in. Now Rondo. Pass to Dang. Kicks it to George. Lopez with the block. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. Here's Duncan. They get it back to the left wing. Back to Rondo. To the inside. And another shot. And they'll keep possession. Duncan with the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
To the paint. Lopez, no luck. The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Sefolosha with it. Outside, George. Shot clock at 6. To take the lead. Goes back up. And Duncan lays it in. Duncan's got 6 points in the quarter.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Wall attacking. And the rejection by Jang. The shot by George, wide open. That doesn't go either for George.
Well, it's been a turbulent quarter, really rough for him. Nothing going his way, but he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
Absolutely. I mean, 6 lead changes here so far.
Exciting stuff.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. One guy who's been getting it done is Kevin Martin.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Now here's Rondo. Outside, George. Shot from the wing. Back to Rondo. The second chance effort. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
At the line for the Hawks.
So the first one drops, and that ties the game up. And he is unable to get the second one.
Yeah, look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up.
It's tipped. And here we go. Rondo heading to the hoop. And that one's good. Rondo's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hawks. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
Defensively, they've played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Here's Rondo. Following the basket by Brook Lopez. Outside, George. Here's Duncan. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to one or two plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Here's Atlanta. They're on a 15-6 run. It's George on the wing. Duncan with the screen for George. 5 to shoot. Pulls it up. And he can't bank that one in. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Boston Celtics. Here's Martin. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. Both free throws good from Kevin Martin.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Rondo against Wall. Outside, George. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up the shot clock violation. Chicago calls timeout. Here's Wall. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
Van Gogh.